Afternoon, villagers. Yeah, the office looks a little different right now, and that's because the woman whose office I use has been reconfigured. And let's go ahead and see if I can't just change that just a bit. There we go. Yeah, it's been reconfigured. It's a little awkward right now. Pam's fam. Hello, Pam. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. It's a little different. Her office has been reconfigured, and so as such, I have to adapt. Hello, T. Marie. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I've got some news here today, and well, not news, but history actually. Finally made it in. Yeah, definitely. It is really good to see you, Pam. There, take my lanyard off. How is everyone doing today? Mr. Mike Wheeler, I want my PTV. Good to see you, Mike. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's election day here in California. I am Lee Ann. It is good to see you. So I'll be leaving at normal time, but then I'll be checking in over at the polling place right away. Carlos, Mr. Disney World freak, how are you doing? Good to see you. So I'll be doing that. And gee, funny seeing you again, Arnie. Yeah, Todd, thanks. I just had a conversation with Todd. Hey, Mar, thank you. Dances with Goofy, good to see you. And Lena, Paper, Scissors, Vacations. Oh my, it is good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so I'll be leaving here from work, going to the polling place to vote. I haven't, you know what? I'm in my 50s now, and I still have not yet missed an election, and I don't plan on starting now. So definitely going to go do that and exercise my right to vote. Well, privilege. My privilege, I guess. Anyway, everyone, good to see you all. It's March 3rd, 2020. Baking with Bet Todd coming soon. That is true. Todd is going to be making some videos. He's going to be doing some old-time family recipes that he has and has been baking for years. Hey, look at that. Snakes, you're on your own. A good hint. Jack Santa Claus Logan, welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. I'll be mentioning snakes, you're on your own in just a moment, actually. But let's start this. I was kind of hoping that the Orlando guy would be here because he gave me the first little bit of history for today. And for those of you that live in Florida, congratulations on this day. In 1845, Florida became the 27th state to join the United States of America. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Mike, yes, I am in my 50s. Hi, Dougie. Mr. Walter Grams himself, thank you for being here. It is good to see you. Yeah, so that was 1845. 1928, Walt is still in New York trying to negotiate with Charles Mintz of Winkler Productions. Oh, Doug, kneecaps are all sweaty. Yeah, you've been working really hard over there, doing a lot of cleaning and straightening up. So Walt is in New York. Let's see, what was that again, Lena? Don't know how long I'll be on. This respiratory virus is oh, I'm so sorry, Lena. Oh, take care. Be very careful with that. Hey, Ben, look at that. Ben doesn't always make it in. Good to see you, Ben. But on this day, Walt was still negotiating with Charles Mintz. This time, Mintz raised the fee up to $1,800 per film, plus 50% of the profits. But now Mintz says that he wants to take over Disney Studio and then pay Walt and Roy $200 per week as his employees. Of course, Walt absolutely refused. He had his own company. Why should he be an employee of someone else? Donna, oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. The chat is really flying today, and I forgot my iPad today, so I don't have that information in front of me. I can't see it. So it's going by really fast. So apologies if I haven't seen you. Know that I just love that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. 1957. Now, this is at Disneyland. After doing some research on this one, I had to decide, I just couldn't pass it up on just mentioning something. I had to read something to you about this. On this day in 1957, Disneyland started something called the Pancake Races. The Disneyland Pancake Races. It was a way to attract people into the park in 1957. It was held on Main Street. And one of Disney's partner companies in the early days was Quaker Oats. which opened Aunt Jemima's Old South Kitchen in Frontierland on August 17th, 1955. Mark, good to see you. Somehow Disney and Quaker Oats concocted this idea of a pancake race in the park. And so housewives from all over California competed in local and regional pancake races. And the regional winners met on Mardi Gras or Shrove Tuesday for the state championship at Disneyland. And then there's an archivist that wrote an article. This is where I found it. It was an article in Disney Magazine in the spring of 2004. So I'm going to do a little bit more about that so I can actually read a little bit more. But it's really amusing. Those races were held every year on Mardi Gras or Shrove Tuesday from 1957 until 1964. So it ran eight times. But man, so that's what we'll be having one night this week. Yes. Killer buttermilk pancakes. Yes. Doug makes fantastic buttermilk pancakes. It's a recipe that he came up with. He took some recipes and thought, you know what? I can do better than this. He researched it, put it together, and it really is the best recipe for buttermilk pancakes. Maybe we should do a video, Doug. It's a really good recipe, and you will not be disappointed. Those pancakes are so nice and fluffy and tasty. Really, they're awesome. So, yeah, the pancake races at Disneyland. So I had to do a little bit of reading about that one. That was really cool. Oh, that's right. We do need to buy buttermilk. Well, we'll do that. 1983. This happened at Epcot. Journey into Imagination debuted on this day, but it did not have its official opening until 2 days later. But on this day specifically, Journey into Imagination. I missed that attraction. I loved Journey into Imagination with Figment and the Dreamfinder, but it's just not the same. Wow. I see 17 people in the stream today, only 8 likes, so make sure that you hit that like button. Thank you so much, everyone. That was in 1983. Now, in 1995, on this day, here's something that I remember happening because I was at Disneyland that day when it happened. On this day in 1995, Disneyland was giving away its 41st trading card, and that's because they had finally finished the whole promotion leading up to the opening of Indiana Jones Adventure Temple of the Forbidden Eye. It officially opened on this day in Adventureland. And of course, that day, as it debuted, George Lucas, Michael Eisner was there, Dan Aykroyd, Carrie Fisher also were there. Wow, star-studded event that day. The line was 4 hours long. I remember the line snaking all through Adventureland. There's a bridge that crosses over the entrance of Pirates of the Caribbean, and the queue there snaked back and forth. Went down into Adventureland, and then looped back into Frontierland, and then finally it started making its way down Main Street. Excuse me. And then the end of the queue, if you wanted to wait for 4 hours, the beginning of the queue was in Town Square. So you had to walk all the way up Main Street into Frontierland, into Adventureland, into New Orleans Square, and then finally into the attraction. So Main Street, Frontierland, Adventureland, New Orleans Square, 4 lands were utilized to to handle the queue for Indiana Jones when it first opened. It was a mess. The ride broke down a couple times. They had problems with the hydraulic lines, and they hadn't really tested it, for long periods of time enough so that when a hydraulic line broke on one of the vehicles, they would have to stop the attraction, evacuate everyone, clean the floor where the hydraulic fluid had spilled, and then start again. So it took a long time. No fast passes at that time too. So everyone, you just had to wait in line. But that was in 1995. Also on this day in 1995, The Lion King was mentioned, and that's because it became the most popular VHS tape sold at that point. They sold more tapes than any other movie had up to that point. It beat the record of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which had taken that record the year before. But they sold, as of this day, they had sold over 30 million units of The Lion King. That's a lot of VHS tapes, a lot of tapes. Still have one of them. Yep, Doug still has it sealed in its original packaging too. 10 years later, of course, Disneyland hosted a special evening event celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Indiana Jones attraction. So it really was a big deal because it had been quite some time since Disneyland had opened an e-ticket attraction. And if you want to be honest about this, Disneyland had not opened another e-ticket attraction since 1995 until last year when they opened Galaxy's Edge and they had Smuggler's Run. And then now this year they had Rise of the Resistance, both e-ticket attractions. So if you don't know what an e-ticket attraction is or what the term e-ticket means, in the future I'll be doing a video about the e-ticket so that I can kind of explain what it was and what it was like to have one, because it was a big deal. Anyway, let's get back to this. 2016, Disney announced plans to add 2 more ships to Disney Cruise Line. That would bring the total count to 6. And of course, these rooms are going to be more along the size of the original ships, according to what I was reading. The new ships will only have 1,250 cabins each. So that's what the original ships had. So I don't know if the ships are going to be bigger or not. At least the same number of staterooms that they're going to be in. They're 1,250. But they're expected next year and in 2023. I've got to do my research and actually confirm that because I know that there's probably some more information about how firm the release dates are for those ships coming up, barring any event that might delay the progress of those ships being built. Moderators, you with the blue wrenches, thank you so much for what you do for our channel. It was so nice to see everyone in our stream last night. We had a fantastic stream last night. If you missed it, go back and check the replay. We talked all about how much we love Trader Joe's. And it was the beginning of a new series that we have for PTV Live. It's PTV Loves. So you'll see it, PTV Heart, and then we'll talk about something that we love. Could be anything from, a store to something that we have, like Lego or whatever like that. I don't know. Well, that's just a thought. But it's going to be something that we love. We'll be doing that once a month, a new series on PTV Live. So if you haven't checked it out, please go back and check that out. Do the replay. It was a lot of fun last night. And then also my support channels, 2 Real Geeks, D&G Explorers, More Sunshine Please, Rob Fuzz, and The Orlando Guy. All 5 channels have been very supportive of us. Richard of The Orlando Guy most recently helped Ben with one of his videos. He did a little voiceover for him. Speaking of Ben, he did a Life with Ben where he did some cooking. It was kind of a pilot show called Cooking with Ben. So check it out. If you haven't watched that video yet, check it out. He makes a turkey chili with cheese dip. And the ingredients are all from Trader Joe's. Really simple. Exactly, Doug, like our love for the Procter & Gamble company. Something like that. So those are our support channels. Tonight on the Disney YouTube network, I've got 3 things here in mind. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern, remember all times I mention are Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Jim of More Sunshine Please will be doing his Disney thing. He's going to be talking about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which opens tomorrow at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's very exciting. Oh, hi, Cynthia. Just realized the time. Good to have you here. Tonight also at 8 o'clock, Walt and Melissa with Mouse Talk. Oh, and then I see Amy is going to be going live at 6:30 tonight. So check her out, AJC Magic TV. Amy, thank you so much for mentioning that there in the stream. I really appreciate it. And then at 9:30 tonight, 2 Real Geeks and Phantasmic Chronicles will be presenting their World of Randomness. And they let the chat on their show dictate how the show goes. So you never know what they're going to talk about. If there's a specific topic that you want to discuss, join them, mention it in the stream, and keep hounding them until they start talking about it. And then participate in the chat. It's a lot of fun. It really is random. You just don't know what they're going to cover. It's a lot of fun. So everyone have a wonderful time with that tonight. It's kind of a busy night tonight on YouTube. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are always very busy on YouTube for us. Anyway, everyone, I've got to go back to my desk, finish off a couple things, and then go vote. So everyone have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. Same time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. In the meantime, everyone, I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.